Breaking news. Presidential Election Tribunal finally settles for a rerun election, excludes APC. The Obi Dati campaign organization yesterday declared that with the damning evidence before the Presidential Election Petition Court (PREPEC) in Abuja against President Bola Tinubu, he would not participate in the rerun election should the poll be annulled. Also, the Special Assistant on Public Communication to Atikuabubakar, Mr. Frank Shebu, said that there is palpable fear in the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC) on the likelihood of the court upturning the election of President Tinubu. Spokesperson and head of media of the organization, Mr. Onifade, told This Day yesterday that President Tinubu's legal team did not only mislead him but also effortlessly tried to hoodwink the Justice Haruna Samani-led five-man panel. President Tinubu had last Tuesday appealed to the justices of the PREPEC to exclude the presidential candidate of the LP, Mr. Peterobi, and his party in the event of any rerun presidential election, claiming that only he and the candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Atikuabubakar, are constitutionally qualified to recontest the rerun election. Tinubu, through his lawyer, Chief Wale Olanapakan San, and the counsel to the All Progressives Congress (APC), Mr. Lateef Fagbemi San, had argued that should the justices of the court void the February 25, 2023, presidential election, Obi and his party should not be allowed to recontest. Olanapakan had, while arguing his final written address, declared that Obi should not be allowed to participate in the rerun election because he came third in the race. But the LP described the claim by Tinubu's lawyers as an attempt to foist his position on the panel of justices, adding that if there would be any rerun, Tinubu would not be on the ballot based on the evidence before the PREPEC. Onifade said Tinubu's appeal for the exclusion of Obi and the LP from participating in the proposed rerun and his last-minute effort to challenge the outcome of the election in Kano State showed that he has lost the votes allegedly stolen from Obi in Rivers and Benue states. He said, if there will be a second election, it will be between the top two. Tinubu will not be among the top two because all the issues we raised are enough to disqualify him. The certificate forgery, the drug trafficking forfeiture, the invalid nomination of his vice, etc. All those things would have disqualified him in the first place. So, he is not going to be on the ballot. All these things that his lawyers are doing are just to make him comfortable. They have misled him and are also trying to mislead and hoodwink the justices. The justices are not foolish. They are claiming that the Constitution says that even if it's true that he has a case of forfeiture, after 10 years, you have been cleared. But that is not true. They are just being clever by half. The section of the Constitution they are talking about has so many subsections and only one of them has the 10 years moratorium and it doesn't cover him. So, if there is going to be another election, their man would have been disqualified, Onifade explained. Meanwhile, the Special Assistant on Public Communication to Atiku, Shebu, has said that there is palpable fear in the ruling APC on the likelihood of the court upturning Tinubu's election. Shebu, in an exclusive interview with This Day at the weekend, said, now that pleadings have been concluded in the petition challenging the February 25 presidential election, it is easy to decipher that the declaration of the APC as winner of the election is standing on shaky grounds. He said further that there was a high possibility that the court would upturn the purported election of President Tinubu, and strengthen electoral processes in Nigeria.